to drink
just
your
smell it.
concoction.
Just take a smell.
No. Negative?
Trust me?
Not when it comes to hot drinks in the morning. No, I do not.
No.
That's why I make my own coffee every
This
day.
is really good.
No, not going to do it.
This is really good.
It is
I put honey in it.
I'm sure you put a lot of things in it. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
So I just wanted everybody to see her trying to get me to drink something
I just said he should smell it
in the
today.
morning. No, that was after. Drink it. Just smell it. No, not going to. It's made in your cauldron.
No.
You told me how many different spoons and measuring things you had to use to make that.
Yes.
I use one measuring spoon to make this.
Oh, I had to.
One.
I used one measuring cup, 1 spoon to stir, 3 cups to pour it in and steep it because I can't find my French press. I might have gotten rid of my French press. I don't have my French press, so I couldn't make it in the French press, so I had to
I'm just glad we haven't put out that life insurance policy on me yet. But I will remain solid. I'm not drinking anything you have to use all of those things for.
It is a pressed cocoa. It's like and it has it's caffeine free, but it has whatever the
If it's
natural,
got cacao in it, it's not caffeine free.
Yeah, but it's not the coffee caffeine. It's the tromboline or something, which causes you, I don't know.
Which causes you to what? Lose your freaking mind?
No, we already know I've lost that.
David Brownlee says, howdy, howdy, what's up, what's up?
Good morning.
Come on, Sam, take your drink. Yeah, I am going to take a drink. This right here, because I made this.
He won't, now the one he really doesn't like is when I make the apple cider vinegar and honey. That's what I usually drink.
I don't even understand how somebody can drink vinegar.
Well, it's apple cider vinegar and honey. And
I don't care how
water.
I don't care how many adjectives you put in front of the word vinegar. I don't see how you can drink vinegar of any kind.
I put 3 tablespoons of vinegar in this big jug.
put balsamic vinegar on some
fried potatoes.
Fried potatoes as I was frying it, and I was like, "Oh, I've made a bad decision. I've made a horrible choice." It turned out well. I put some ranch seasoning on them, on the Blackstone, and then poured some balsamic vinegar in there and butter, and they turned out great. But as I was pouring it, I said, I've made a mistake. This smells horrible. I don't see how anybody can drink anything with the word vinegar in it. I just don't. Because
it's like 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar.
You've lost
some
part
honey,
of your humanity if you
and
can
then some
drink
hot
something
water.
that says vinegar.
I know he won't drink that. This is cacao. This is yummy.
Yeah,
this is like
whatever.
chocolate.
Volumes are a bit low.
Oh, that's probably me.
Mic gain could be turned up a smidge. All right, I'll do that. Thank you for saying something. I appreciate you. Bing. Bing. Oh, no, not that. Bing. That. This. A bit low, eh?
A bit low. Oh, dear.
Volume's at 83. So I guess we will put it back to, it's at 83%. We'll put it back to 0, which is now it's at 100%. And now it should be better. I did bring it back down -10 decibels on both channels, and then I also had it down to 83% on the what it's putting out. So the reason I did that is because I've been having people on the Dice Tower channel say that my mic levels are clipping too much.
Okay.
And so in post, in editing, I've been lowering my levels over there for the edited videos. And then for here, I'm lowering them on this, and hopefully it won't clip as much.
That was good.
But there you go. If that ever becomes a problem, just remember that the devices you guys are watching us on also have volume controls. And
You don't need to be snarky.
you could just up. Volume is great, Karen says. See, Karen is an encourager. That's what you all should be striving for. I'm just kidding. I know, Tom, you're being
Tom is helpful.
constructively
He's super helpful.
helpful.
Think of the things we couldn't do without him. He's very helpful.
Now, I'd like to go down that road that you
No,
started
I
to
messed
say.
up. No.
Just think of
He's
the things we could do without Tom.
Well, we can't go to Iceland without Tom now, because he's been.
Oh, I can definitely go to Iceland without Tom because Tom went to Iceland without us.
He did, but now we would have our own personal guide.
There's no takesy backsies either. What goes around comes around, Tom.
We get to
Next
go on a
time
cruise with him.
we get to go, and we're gonna take all the pictures, and you're gonna feel bad.
Wow. Well,
I was up over 10 more than I normally do. My device only goes to 11. Well, you need to get a Marshall amp then, so that you can go to 12. Actually, that's what Marshall does. Marshall goes to 11. I think that's what they said. Speaking of which, there is a game that says this game goes to 11. Or something like that. It has that. Now I got to look it up because I've played it before, and it's a heavy metal themed game. But I don't remember the exact name of the game. Yeah, that's what it is. This game goes to 11. It's like super. It's by Game Right, the card game that cranks it past 10. It is a push your luck card game.
ouch.
Named after a joke in the film Spinal Tap. Players play number cards from their hands into the center pile, seeking to make the pile sum to 11. If they are able to get exactly 11, they can pass the stack off to another player. If, however, they are forced to play a card that brings the total over 11, they have to take the entire pile themselves. Players race to be the first one left without any cards.
Oof.
So again, no marriage of mechanism and theme whatsoever. And that's why I don't think I own the game anymore. Although I might. I just don't know where it would be.
I have no idea.
Because
I don't really know what's here.
yeah,
I need to make like an actual inventory. And then we have a list.
That sounds much too scientific for me, madam.
And we make a little list, a chart, like a Excel sheet of what we have. And then when the fires in Washington come down the hill and burn our house like it did to the neighbor around there.
Okay, first of all, the fire didn't come down the hill. My goodness, we need to stop watching Fire Country because you are turning into super bad. Anyway, answer the question first. This is a Wenatchee Wild shirt. It was a shirt that they handed out for their Guns and Hoses game, which is the game that it's actually a pretty cool event because before the game, the Wenatchee Wild game actually starts. The area firefighters and police officers put together their own hockey teams, and they get out there and they play a game on the ice. And then after that, the actual game starts where we honor first responders, police, and firemen. And there's.
And then they frequently have a tug of war during one of the breaks between the firemen and the policemen.
Yeah, they have a tug of war on the ice.
Yeah.
Between firemen and police officers, or firefighters and police officers.
It's super fun.
This is their Guns and Hoses T-shirt. That's what this is. Wasn't expecting you to talk about board games.
Right. I know. Look, we're getting him back on talk.
All the teams in your hockey division? No, it's just the one, and then it's Guns and Hoses. It's got a firefighter shield and a police officer shield. There, and then there's a sponsor called
I think the back
CMI Orchards, and then Yeah,
The back is
I'll show the
cuter.
back.
It has the American flag with the white, of course, and then the blue and red hockey pucks in the middle.
Yeah.
Guns and Hoses.
So it's a Guns and Hoses shirt. That's what it is. Vanessa's here. What's up, Vanessa? Good to see you. Fall has officially begun, I think. At least I feel like it.
It has, wasn't it, the 21st? That should be today.
I meant because the weather has turned.
Yes, it's
For the cooler.
only 70 today.
For the cooler.
I'm excited.
I think it said 69. 69.
great.
So it's getting there. Yeah, we went to a football game last night, the Wenatchee High School football game against Eisenhower Cadets in the Wenatchee's home field. It's called the Apple Bowl, and Wenatchee actually won.
I know.
We didn't stay for the whole game. We only stayed through the third quarter, but they were winning. They were up 28-21.
And they ended up winning
41-21.
41-21
Yeah.
or 48-21 or something.
No, 41-21. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
Vanessa says she just arrived at my friend's house to play another D&D session.
Ooh, I love it.
Very cool. I actually sent, I think somebody said it earlier today, that I sent a pair of dice to one of our winners this week.
Yeah.
A set of polyhedral dice. And he said that, and I didn't know this going into it. This is one of the coolest things about doing stuff like this, when things work out like this. I was like, I'll send him this dice because I'm never going to use dice. If I play D&D, it's probably going to be online with JT in that group. So I probably don't need a whole bunch of, I've got some, but this one I was like, whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'll throw that in there. And I threw a game. I think I sent him the Star Wars timeline game as well. And so I threw those two things in there and set them off. And he got on one of the lives and he said, my son is starting his first D&D session, and he was excited to get those dice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that
I love
was
it.
cool.
I love it.
Cool. Tom. Yes, fall is here. Today's high is 87.
Florida.
Florida fall. Oh, it's dipping into the 80s. My goodness gracious. Ugh. Disgusting.
I think Tom and Mary Beth, they were so bundled up in Iceland.
I know.
Need to
It
get
looked
you up
like
here
they
to
were
the
invading
Northwest.
Alaska with their puffy jackets and
I do love puffy coats.
toques and all of that other stuff.
I need a new puffy vest.
No, you don't.
I don't know where my puffy vest is.
You don't need a puffy vest. You have winter coats.
No, puffy vest so I can wear it in the classroom.
Why?
Because it's cold in my classroom.
You have a jacket.
I don't want to wear a jacket.
You have
I'm
hoodies.
teaching. I need a puffy vest.
No.
I think
You
I do.
don't need a puffy vest.
I had one, and now I
No.
don't know where it is. So
No.
now I need a new puffy vest.
Negative. I'll give you 10 guesses where it is, and you'll only need one. You'll only need one. I can almost, with a certain level of accuracy and certainty, tell you where your puffy vest is.
I can answer it in one text.
It is in that corner of the house, in someone's room, not ours.
Maybe.
Wonder where it could be.
I know. I don't know where my puffy vest is. Maybe I lost it.
Daphne's room is where many of her clothes go to die and get covered over by mounds of other person's clothes.
No, I have no problem with her wearing my clothes. But I'm
we
like,
ask her, do you have this? No. Because she looks in her room, doesn't move a thing,
wait.
and it's underneath everything else. And no, I don't have it. Oh, 2 weeks later, look what I found cleaning my room.
Well, while we were at Goodwill getting something the other day, they had a whole section of puffy vests. I think I need a new puffy
Because
vest.
people
I'll get
up here
it
in
from
the-
Goodwill.
People in here in the PNW have a sickness. It's called puffy vest syndrome.
We really
PVS.
do. It is literally a thing.
I see people in shorts and Birkenstocks
And a puffy vest.
and a puffy vest. I'm like, either you're cold or you're not. You can't. I mean, did you get dressed in the dark? Because it looks like you did.
The thing that killed me last night is at the game, I guess they call where they are the Panther Cave.
Don't even get me started
Panthers
on this.
don't have caves, they have dens. But anyway, a Panther Cave is what they kind of call it because they're the Wenatchee High School Panthers. And people were wearing Batman masks all over because they're in the Panther Cave. So I'm like, I'm a little confused. Are you a panther? Are you a bat? I don't know why you're wearing that. So many kids. How many? I mean,
one white kid.
Oh, that was pretty sad. Yeah.
He really wanted to have a bat on his face, a black bat, but the bat was way too big. And he looked like
he did it on both cheeks.
He had black face.
He did. It was.
And I was
terrible.
like, dude, you need to go wash that off because you're gonna get hurt.
And there were whole groups of people in the weird Batman masks.
But the whole
But they're Panthers. I don't
it's
understand.
like, oh my goodness. It's one of those things that makes your head hurt.
But Batman mask, black T-shirt, shorts, and Birkenstocks.
I don't even know where to go with that. I don't. Jessie needs a puffy vest.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who said that?
Was that Tom?
Close.
Who was it? I can't read it.
The other person that is Tom's better half.
I agree, Mary Beth. I need a new puffy vest.
Big girls don't wear puffy vests. Well, if you ever meet Jessie in person, she's not big, not tall, not any other way big. She's quite tiny. Which is part of the problem. She's prone to PVS.
PVS?
Puffy vest syndrome. A goblin rogue is what Vanessa is playing in her D&D session.
All right.
So far, she's a lot of fun. Rogues usually are fun. I don't know about a goblin, though. Goblins are evil. Typical teenager?
Yeah. I mean, it was,
typical P&W teenager. I'll go that far.
It was just, I didn't understand the connection between Cave and all the Batman stuff.
Nah, you can wear shorts year-round. You just got to bundle up the top when it's cold.
See?
I'll do that. Like, I've worn, like, Roy and I.
Right.
When we went to PAX Unplugged one year.
Right, you guys
That's
were wearing
up in
shorts.
Philadelphia.
Right.
First weekend of December. It's not warm outside. We had shorts, tennis shoes, or sneakers, however you want to call it. We had cargo shorts, sneakers, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. Mm-hmm. We had hoodies on, and that's pretty close. That's like the southern version of puffy vests.
Okay. I get it.
I get it. It's the Birkenstocks.
Oh, I don't do Birkenstocks.
And the puffy vest. It's like your arms are out there.
I don't need it like super puffy.
See.
I don't want it to look like a life vest.
No, I'm not. We're not talking Marty McFly here. We're just talking like a vest. You have a vest. If you're cold, put a jacket on or a hoodie. Cover up your arms. But you just need to get your core warm, dude. It's your core. Shut up. Just put something warm on and stop being cold and trying to be trendy. Come on. Get off my lawn. That's how I feel.
There's
right
a comedian duo that I watch a lot called the
Holderness Family.
They did a whole song on the puffy
content
vest, and I
creators.
could not quit laughing.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see here. How was Aiden's game? Aiden, they won 6-0.
They did.
So they do have a win under their belt. There's a lot of room for improvement, but they did well.
Mm-hmm.
They played the game well. They matched well. You know, they were largely able to keep the other team out of the end zone. They did have a couple of runs into the end zone, but they were both called back. Or I think there was just one. It was just one, but it was called back because of a penalty.
A foul or something.
So, but other than that, they were able
game.
to keep the other team out of the end zone, which is good. We scored one touchdown and then missed the extra point.
Right.
So, but it was Aiden did well. He had a lot of first contacts, you know, getting through the line from defense. He got targeted once as a tight end, which is his other position. He's first string tight end, second string D end, and it was a bit of a throw behind him, and he slipped trying to get back to the ball and missed it. And that was the only target. That was weighing pretty heavy on him at the end of the game. That was his one chance to get that catch to show his coaches that he could do it. And it was a bad pass, and he slipped. So I said, dude, that's going to happen. Just don't, you know, pick your head up. You'll be fine. It'll be good. You'll have more attempts, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be good. Flannel is greater than puffy vests.
Do love flannel. Here in Wenatchee, we could be easily the flannel capital. I mean, our pastor comes in flannel.
Yeah.
From now until March, he wears flannel.
Yeah, well, maybe. He's wearing double shirts right now. He's wearing like...
He's doing the double shirt.
He's wearing like Long John shirts with a T-shirt on top of it. Yeah.
But come a couple weeks, he'll be doing flannel.
Yeah, more than likely.
I don't know. I don't own any flannel either. So I either need a puffy vest or flannel. I mean, I gotta have something.
You don't have to have either. You don't have to have either of them. That's the PNW speaking.
I have to.
It's the PVS.
I live in this valley.
It's the PVS
I live in the
speaking.
Northwest. We gotta put our...
You need to medicate yourself.
Just saying.
Let's see here. Love hoodies, but hoodies in classroom are too warm.
Yes.
I did wear a vest in the classroom, not puffy, but was a vest.
See?
Thick wool socks with sandals.
That just makes me annoyed because I'm like, just put on regular shoes. But that is a Northwest thing.
But whatever floats your boat, David says. Just don't step in a puddle, right? I don't get Crocs. I don't get Birkenstocks. I don't get, generally speaking, I don't get any kind of sandal to be worn as a main footwear item. I understand you need to go outside to the car and get something, so you slip something on just to go outside. I totally get that. But wearing these things that you cannot run in, that you can't really even walk well in, that just kind of hang off of your foot, I don't get that.
The playground at my work is teeny tiny
rocks.
pea gravel, it's called. Yeah. So they're like the size of your pinky fingernail. And the entire playground is covered in that, inches of it. And I only wear tennis shoes for that reason. But I also only wear tennis shoes because at any given moment I have to run after a kid who's run out the door.
Bye, Vanessa.
But there are so many teachers that wear sandals, open-toed sandals. And then they walk out on the rocks like they're princesses. Ew, I got a rock in my shoe. And I'm like, well, then wear real shoes. I don't know what the problem is. They're all sitting on the bench, taking off their fancy sandals and dumping out the rocks. And I'm like, or just wear real shoes.
Feet are ugly. Period. Feet are ugly. Cover them up. I don't want to see your feet. I don't care what color your toenails are painted. It's gross.
This is probably another reason he doesn't live in Florida. There's a lot of feet. You can see feet in Florida everywhere.
Well, don't get me wrong. It's not debilitating. I'm just like, you know, if you're going to the beach, okay, yeah. Wear your flip-flops or your sandals or your whatevers. Go ahead. You're going to take them off. You're going to slip
Get
them
in the
back
sand.
on. You're going to get in the water. You're going to do it fine and dandy. But if you're
Walking around Universal Studios at Hollywood Horror Nights.
yes.
You should be wearing shoes.
You should be wearing shoes. That's weird. Sam, 13 Firehouse shirts. I have not reached out yet. Let me look at it. I'm going to do it right now. I couldn't look at it earlier, but she can talk to you while I look it up.
I can always talk. That's one thing I'm really good at. Now, on a subject, I don't know about that. But, well, we did go to Aidens' game last week, too. But then last night was there for the other two who performed during the halftime show. So both of them are out on the field. One is color guard and one is band. And I saw a shirt this morning, which I really think I need to get, and it said, "Color guard and band mom, I'm only here for the halftime show." I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of me. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I thought the kids did pretty good, but both of them came back feeling that they did not do pretty well. Both of them said, no, they didn't do it. The funny thing is when they're out on the field and the band, I don't know how many people are in the band. Daphne, how many people are in the band? 40? Maybe 40 kids in our band. We don't have a very big band. And maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 color guard. And I can see Daphne. I can always spot where she is on the field. I can do that. Dante, because the band moves, they have so much movement. And it's hard for me to see where he is. And there were times that I would look up over the field and go, I don't know where he is. And I would like glance up and these little one person with this tiptoe walk. I'm like, oh, there's my Dante. He does this great little tiptoe walk, especially when he has to move across the field. He's always done it. And so I looked across the field and I'm like scanning and I'm like, oh, tiptoe. Oh, tiptoe. So that kind of made me laugh. And I showed it to Sam too. And he said it too.
What?
I said his tiptoe feet.
Yep.
And so when Dante came home last night, I said, yeah, there was a couple times I couldn't see you on the field. And I looked up and then I saw this tiptoer. And he goes, what, that was me? I'm like, yes. And then he qualified it. He says, well, I only tiptoe when I go backwards. I'm like, no. He tiptoes. He always has. He always has. But it was pretty funny. I thought the kids did good. The interesting thing was last night's performance was very short. They did one of the 4 sections that they usually do. They usually do like a 4-piece section. And this was like one of them. And it was because there was also a mini cheer camp that did a session. Our Wenatchee dance team did a session. And then Color Garden Band came out, and it was just a really short little. It was very fast. It was like maybe 3 minutes. No, because I think you filmed it, and it was 2:26. Yeah. It was very, very short.
All right, so I've contacted my grandpa's buddy that he worked with at the museum, Al, and I've asked him. Some people on the YouTube channel are asking if they can purchase the Lucky 13 shirt from you guys, and I want to tell them how they can do that online. Is there a way? Can they call and order them over the phone? Let me know.
Cool.
So when I hear
we'll
back,
get you an answer.
Thank you for the reminder, Karen. I appreciate you. But yeah, this actually is a really nice looking website, matter of fact.
It is the San Antonio Fire Museum.
Yep.
Are there pictures of your grandpa somewhere? Probably.
Favorite photos. Looks like just pictures of the. No. This is the actual building. This picture, the historic photo, is the actual building that the fire museum is in, but it was back when it was being used as a fire station.
Right. It might be a photos page. No.
These are favorite photos, but I don't see anything else. Event sponsors.
About us. Oh, that's a good picture too. Look at that.
I wonder if they still have him listed as one of their volunteers.
Oh, I would hope so.
That was the guy. That was one of the guys that was on his.
I met him when we were down there.
Oh. Guy's chin.
That's funny.
That's Al. I can't see anything else because the way they have these pictures in here, they are. Hey, you have to click on it. Yeah, that's Al.
Yes, yeah.
I guess that's maybe. I don't know where they are. Internet is going really slow here today. I don't know.
Well, we should focus up. Did somebody make taquitos? It smells like taquitos.
Maybe. Sounds like it. All right, let's see here. Sandals without socks are for walking in rivers. Use case is limited. Okay. I get that. I wear water shoes. They're not sandals, they're water shoes. Whenever we're going into a river, even if we're going to a water park where you do a lot of walking around, we wear water shoes. Which is
everywhere at a water park.
Yeah, I mean, we wear water shoes, but not, I mean, come on. Sam 13, okay, already got that. Or sandals at the beach, yes. Ready for Halloween? I guess in the spirit of Halloween, we can just continue watching The Walking Dead. So, when I got back from the Ice Tower retreat, one of the things is that was the first weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. And so that's something that the Dice Tower always kind of did as a group. If you wanted to go, you didn't have to go, but if you wanted to go, you can go and that's what we did after the retreat. We always went to Halloween Horror Nights. And so that's what we did this time. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sending her pictures and all that kind of stuff of Universal Studios. You can't take pictures inside the actual houses, but I'm taking pictures of Universal Studios and the scare zones and all this other kind of stuff. And she's just geeking out over all of it. And I get back and she was like, well, Silverwood has a Halloween Horror Night. Maybe we could go to that. And I was like, you won't make it. And so I said, okay, here's the test. The test is I'm going to start you off with The Walking Dead.
Silverwood is our nearest theme park.
Yeah,
it's in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let's test this. We'll start you off with The Walking Dead. Season 1, Episode 1, and go for it. I'm going to try, even if it's against the rules, I'm going to record it. Because that is comedic gold right there. I'm talking viral videos. That'll push us over the hump, I think, here on the flip side. That'll get us there. You'll become internet famous overnight, madam. I'm pretty sure that's what will happen. Ready for Halloween. If you want candy, I'll go buy you some candy. Especially right now because it's, especially the day after Halloween.
Super cheap.
That's when it's super cheap. I don't like the glorification of evil. And that's what happens on Halloween. You do you. It doesn't bother me at all. But that's just me. I've never been a big fan. My mom dressed me up as a pumpkin of, I shall never celebrate Halloween with all of you other plebeians. It's not that at all. Just a personal choice that I make. But will I go to Halloween Horror Nights and watch everybody else get the poop scared out of them? It's more of a sci-fi thing because it centers around this. It's almost like a scientifically, in our chemicals or whatever, and zombies happen. And there's been a number of different kinds of interpretations on how that happens as far as what kind is on. Those are freaking
What is that?
scary.
That's a thing?
That's
what
another
does that
movie.
mean? Oh, I don't even like that. That made me scared.
Those people are like, because they're like, blah, blah, they're like,
oh, no, I don't.
Runners.
No, I don't even like it when they start moving. That just freaks me out. The scene where they started coming after the horse, and they're all like swarming and running. I was freaking out at that.
Before that. It's gonna start moving. It's gonna start moving. Oh, I don't like it. It's gonna start moving.
And it did.
No, it didn't. Not in that scene. But later on, there's another scene where Rick is going past this and she starts flipping out.
He's got pure enjoyment on this. And then he also, I watched my stupid soap opera, Fire Country, which I kind of love. But
you're not loving it right now.
Right now, I'm not, because it's like the end of the season.
Spoilers, don't.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
All I was like, we can't watch it for a couple of days. Like, we need to stop. I can't watch this for a couple of days. And then a couple of days have gone past, and so Sam's like, we need to watch it. And I did, and I got mad again, and I was like, oh, I'm so mad. That's my dumb show that I'm addicted to now.
I am showing that we are getting kind of glitchy, so I'm sorry about that, but
Error.
yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not enjoying The Walking Dead.
Not really. I'm
I'm
enjoying sitting next to Sam, having quality time.
Yeah, she's enjoying that part of it, but I don't think she's enjoying the show so much. But the first episode, there's a lot of stuff that's like shock and awe.
Right.
Like, I mean, the opening scene of the first was visceral. I don't think that's a word, but that very raw was very shock and awe-inducing. And it's like, that's what the pilot, the first episode, is really supposed to do.
Right, it's got to get you hooked in.
It's got to get you hooked in. And the
I
end
will
scene,
keep trying.
the end scene of the first episode is one of you in the tank.
Cozy in there.
That's so funny. It cracks me up. Oh man, love it. Anyway, I
will watch it.
That kind of horror separates itself from what seems to be the pop.
Halloween things are coming out now, and they have these creepy clown masks, which are creepy,
but they're
creepy.
chrome,
and they were chrome clown masks. So they're like shiny metal
like
clown
shiny
masks.
red or
I don't know what that was, but I was like, oh, put that down. Don't even touch it. Like, I was scared.
And then one dazzled, and its teeth were like golden, sparkly. I'm like, why would you?
What kind of clown is this?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Yeah. Stream just started lagging. I know. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's
There's
going
not much
on.
I can do about it right now, but I do see that it is lagging. So I apologize. There's not much I can do about it right now. It's just, I mean, we technically could, but
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
yeah, I don't know how well this is going to go. But here's the thing. I mean, I guess we could. I don't know. Maybe see if, I mean, if both of the kids
Right.
are doing something that's
Maybe.
weighing heavily upon our Wi-Fi, maybe that has something to do with it. Let's see here. Lagging here. It's just stream just started lagging. Yep. I'm sorry. Are you having buffering issues? Is it my internet? No. It's ours probably. All three streaming a movie now. Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. You might be going. Don't worry about it. But what do you think of Dinogenics for dinosaur fans, at least? I think it's a great one. I really do. I haven't played it in a long time. Don't get me wrong. And honestly, I hadn't really thought about it until JT brought it up on our most recent list of set collection games. Was it Set Collection Games? Or was it? I can't remember. It was on a recent list. I can't remember if it was this week or last. But I really hadn't thought about it until then. But now, after I think about it, and I said it on the video, I think, unless I edited it out, I like Dinogenics better than the Pandasaurus Dinosaur Island that came out. I liked Dinogenics better than that one. What?
Okay, both kids are making sure they're not using any services or streaming or Wi-Fi or I don't know the words.
Right.
I'm stuck. I can't get in though.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, baby.
You think with all the buffering, Sam would be able to catch up with chats? I am caught up. Look at this. I'm right there.
You're not on live chat.
Huh? Oh,
Live
I'm not.
chat.
Yeah, I forgot to do
So
it.
you're probably missing a bunch.
I probably missed something. Yep, you're right. Anyway.
Sorry about that. I forgot to remind him.
Sam doth protest too much. Must be trying to hide a foot fetish. Nope. Not even close.
Really does not like feet.
No, thank you. Like, seriously, no thank you. I agree. Definitely ready for fall. We had a fire pit going last night. Finally cool enough to warrant it. That's cool.
That sounds good. I really want a fire pit.
It's on the list. It's on the list. I want one too. We just got to find the right one. I don't want to get one and then it melts. Because I've heard, I've read that happen in some fire pits. You get them and then they melt.
Right. There was one at Goodwill, but I don't want to trust that.
Not Montana's fault this time. David says, Doug is here. What's up, Doug? How's it going, David? Sorry to have missed you and Mia and Wenatchee. I much prefer suspenseful horror to blood and gore.
I don't do blood and gore. Oh, he's little kid. Every scene in The Walking Dead that he would watch me, that
it's
was
not
all
every scene,
and that had the icky, gooey, bloody, blah.
It's not blood.
It's fake blood.
It's Hollywood.
I get that.
It's not.
But
real.
all those gory, I didn't like. I'd close my eyes on those.
Yeah. David says maybe next time. Definitely won't be coming out when the snow starts falling in the pass.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Yep, that's understandable.
We know that valid.
What do you think about Dynogenics? We just asked that. Kids on the Wi-Fi, that will do it. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so hopefully that will help. It still says error, but...
Yeah. It's better for now, Tom says. Yeah, it's better now, Karen says. So
I asked them both to boot off.
Not worried about it. And we really don't usually have to do that. I mean, when I'm usually doing streams throughout the week, nobody's here.
Right, you're just the only one here.
But
so yeah,
on Saturday mornings, everybody's home. And so everybody's up, everybody's doing stuff, so it gets a little spotty then. So usually it's not a problem, but on Saturday mornings it is.
But I asked them.
It'll be fine. Okay, I'm caught up now, David. What you got, man? Come at me, bro.
What do we got going on this week? What's coming up?
Next week. Well, I think later on this afternoon, we're going to play Star Wars Clone Wars.
Okay. We're not going to play Clans of Midgard? I thought you would want to play that.
Oh, well, yeah, we can.
Okay.
We can. We can do both, actually, because they're both kind of short games.
Cool.
But when I played Star Wars Clone Wars on Thursday, it felt easy. And I was playing it on the second highest. Well, I'm sorry, the second lowest setting, which was they have Padawan, Jedi Knight, Jedi Master, and then there's another one, I can't remember what they call it, like Emperor or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, Padawan, I was like, meh, we're not going to do that. Let's start with Jedi Knight. And the only difference between Jedi Knight and Padawan is that there are 4 missions with the Jedi Knight level instead of just 3 missions that you have to do before you go to the finale with the villain. But I also used the easiest villain in the game, which is Ventress. So it was easy-ish. However, as I was putting the game away, I noticed that I only had 3 more droids.
Oh.
3 more droids that I could have put out, and if I had to put droids out and there weren't any more left, I would have to start raising the threat level. And there's only 6 levels of threat. So I had a lot of droids out on the map. That could have made things really bad for me if I have the wrong card draws in the invasion deck. So I was pretty close, and I got lucky in the fact that I think the shuffle of the invasion deck spread the troops out instead of centering them all in one area of the board. That would have made things, because if you have 1 or 2 droids out there, it's no big deal. Once you get 3 somewhere, now you're running the risk of having to put out a blockade ship, and that raises the threat level as well. And then if you have, there's only 3 blockade ships. If you have more than 3 blockade ships that have to go out, you also have to raise the threat level. So I was right on the brink of things really going badly, but I was able to end the game right before that. So
cool. I'll play. Then we have a hockey game.
Henrik Madsen, hello, good to see you. Is there any upcoming games that you will get or will get available soon that you guys are looking forward to? Well, I am super looking forward to the Thunder Road Vendetta Maximum Chrome and Carnival of Chaos. That's coming. They originally sent me Thunder Road Vendetta, just the base game, to do some coverage on the channel. And that was all well and good. Right after I got that, right after I played it, I went to Origins, not this year, but last year, and saw everybody playing their Kickstarter copies of it. And I was like, holy crap. And so when Carnival of Chaos came up, the new Kickstarter with the new expansion, they also offered the Maximum Chrome from the first one. So I was like, okay, I'm going all in.
Cool.
Because I knew that was a game that we all enjoy.
Right, we all play.
And so I know it's going to hit the table. So that one I'm looking forward to. We've got Reavers of Midgard, the card game. That is over there in the box. I thought about playing that yesterday.
Okay.
But its rules are a little bit more complex than Clans of Midgard was. So I decided to do that instead. But that one is one that I'm looking forward to, the Reavers of Midgard card game. Clans of Midgard we played yesterday. I'm looking forward to getting that back to the table because it's cool. Other games that we're going to be, I think next Friday, we're going to be playing Andromeda's Edge here on the channel.
Cool.
That'll be something me and JD too. I think that might be above your...
I'm okay with that. You can say that. You can say it's above me. It's okay.
No, I'm
going to
check. I'm just checking. But I think it is.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I think I should start adding a special segment on your channel. Just me talking about... Oh, yeah, no. I'm not playing that.
3.62.
Nope. That's a hard pass. Not even going to try it. I know David's going to argue with me and say that I should keep trying because I get better.
Yeah.
Like,
Would Clone Wars make the set collection list? You said Pandemic would not make it. Well, base game Pandemic, you're absolutely correct. Because it's not my favorite way to play Pandemic. If I play Pandemic, I want to play the, I forgot the one, it's the one that, Iberia. I want to play Iberia, or I want to play one of the Legacies. But the problem with the Legacies is that you've got to play it through to its fruition. You can't just one-off it. So that's the problem with the Pandemic series. So that's really why I didn't put that out there yet. Pandemic as a system is a really fun system. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed the Clone Wars as well, and I'm a Star Wars fan. So would that maybe have made the list? Maybe. But again, it's not necessarily the system that's putting it out there. It's more of the IP that I really enjoy. And I really enjoy how well that system handles that IP. And the little nuances that come along with it. Because it's not exactly Pandemic. It's definitely a Pandemic system game, but there's enough nuances in it that it feels like a little bit of a slightly different game. A familiar, but still slightly different. Also backed Vendetta, but I was worried it was too luck-based to become an evergreen, but it looks fun. Okay, here's my take on that, David. There are luck-based games, and then there are games like Thunder Road Vendetta that are absolutely luck-based. At their core, luck-based. But it's so fun. You don't care. Your car blows up and you're like, oh, dude, that was so cool. But you're like, oh, wait, crap, that was my car. But that was so cool.
He flew off the ledge and hit the cliff.
It's like you can just see these things happening like cinematically as you're playing the game. And that is why I think Thunder Road Vendetta is an evergreen in my opinion. Now, we don't play it a lot. But when we play it, we have so much fun. Because there's no stress whatsoever. It's like, I'm going to do this and this. I might even try that because that sounds cool. I might die, but it sounds cool. It's the whole, wasn't this me? Idea. of the game, and I think it's great. We played Andromeda's Edge. Henrik says, last night, it's a blast. That's good to hear. JT has been teaching himself it, and he's been playing it, and he's also enjoying it. He says it's super good. And so I have heard people talking negatively about it. I think those people who are talking negatively about it didn't have had limited exposure to Dwellings of Eldervale, and they were maybe expecting Andromeda's Edge to be something that it wasn't. So I've been hearing, rumblings from both sides of each camp, and I'm glad to hear that you said it was a blast, because that's what I'm hoping it will be. I think it will be. Jess, you did great at Istanbul. What's your first impression?
Oh, that was fun.
That's it?
I need to see the game to see
I don't have Istanbul.
when we played it with them. Show me a picture.
You played it with them.
I know, but I need to see a picture.
Got it.
I'm visual, people.
She's a lot
I don't
like
do
I am.
words.
Istanbul.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that was fun. I was a little, I looked at the board and went, oh, no. David and Mia are getting me into these games. They're going to kill me.
Yep.
And then we started playing, and I was like,
Been there, done that.
Okay, I can do this. I thought it was neat. I went with a different approach than I usually do with new games. Usually with new games, I'm like, oh, I don't know what I should do.
Okay.
And this game, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go get the rubies. That's the whole point.
Let me interject real quick.
Please.
This is a 2.58.
Yeah,
This
see,
is well
sometimes-
within her.
I know.
This is well within her alley.
It is.
So it wasn't a stretch.
No, it was perfect.
It wasn't a stretch.
It's just, I looked at the book.
Andromeda's Edge is a full 1 point higher.
No.
Actually, it's a
thank you.
3.64. So it's 1.1 levels of complexity higher than Istanbul. So just because she was good at Istanbul, David, does not mean that she's going to be able to tackle and wrestle to the ground
so
Andromeda's
close to
Edge.
spitting your whole
I was
coffee out.
super close. That was very close.
The board was, I looked a little overwhelmed at the board. I was like, oh no. But it was fun. It was fun.
And we've talked about it before. A lot of the times, the way a game looks on the table,
Yeah, I
just
can.
like goes, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I do. I admit.
on.
I get a little. Oh.
Flamecraft is like that.
Flamecraft. I love that game, but it takes me 30 solid minutes to figure out how to teach it and set it up, because I can't.
But even then, once it's set up,
Right,
it
you look at
looks
it and
complex.
you go, I don't know what we're doing.
There's
Yes.
so many different things on the board. It looks
So
complex.
many
And then
things.
when somebody explains how you play it, you're like, oh.
Go
oh,
here.
This
Do
is,
this. That's
yeah,
it.
That's
That's
simple. But it looks intimidating.
And I think I do that frequently with games. Sam will set up something or play it on a live, and I will just take a look at it and go, oh, nope, not going to play that one. I'm good.
Yeah. Hope JT comes early to get set up. It's big. Oh, he probably will. That's when he usually, part of the thing is that sometimes he tries to get his schedule to where he has Friday off.
Right.
But because he's the site manager, the project
Yeah.
site manager,
Some days it doesn't
sometimes
happen.
he has to still go into work. And his site manager, his site that he's managing right now is in Moses Lake.
It's like an hour away.
That's almost
Hour and a half?
Hour and a half away. So, sometimes he gets back right before he really needs to be there. And sometimes if I'm setting the game up, he shows up like 5-10 minutes before we start. And I'm like, dude, you gotta get here faster. But he's very good about getting here when he needs. Like for Andromeda's Edge, he'll know that it has a beefy setup time, and so he'll get here.
We are lucky to have good friends.
Yeah. It's not a big deal. Hendrik says, David, if you don't like the Luck and Thunder Road, if you get the Chrome edition, you can actually replace the action dice with cards instead. I'm not a big fan of that. I think you should just humble yourself and enjoy the dice rolling, because it's really fun. What is the most ugly board game you have but love playing?
We played one somewhere that was all browns and browns, and they all had cubes. They were like all different shades of brown with little tiny cubes.
I don't know.
No, you do.
No, I literally don't. I don't know what game you're talking about. I'm sure that there are games out there, yes, that have different shades of brown cubes.
We played it out there.
Okay. Along with
Doug and Emily? Doug and Emily, did we play something out there with brown cubes? It was all brown cubes. It was like light brown, dark brown, tan brown.
Ostia.
Easy brown. Ostia.
Had a
It
very...
was all brown cubes. I mean,
Ostia
like
is
different shades of brown.
Ostia is not a very pretty game.
Not very pretty game.
It
But
is a fun game.
It is fun.
It's a very fun game, and we do enjoy playing it. I still own it.
Yeah. But the
yeah.
board is blicky, and the pieces are super blicky.
Yep.
And it wasn't. Maybe it isn't even brown. It's like shades of tan.
No, that one has like very similar shades of brown. Or maybe you might be talking about. No, Ostia is the one because it has all of these different cubes, and the same cubes are used for the different kinds of types, just where they are on the board.
And they're all like slightly different. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. What else have you played that you don't love the visual of it, but you like the game?
That's a hard question for me because
I like the visuals.
Usually pick games based on their visual appeal.
Right.
So, and usually I don't like playing ugly games.
Yeah. When we pulled this one out, it was also one of those that I felt really overwhelmed with. It's got this massive board and all these things and all these lines and hundreds of these little slightly different brown shaded cubes. I was feeling a little overwhelmed with that. What else do we have that isn't pretty but that we like?
I don't really. I have so many visually appealing games. I don't really have a whole lot of games that are not that. They're usually appealing for one reason or another.
Maybe it was a prototype.
Rise of the Necromancers is a really fun game, but the board is so boring. It's so gross looking.
And we played one that was on Time Honored Tuesdays that they said it looked like it came from. The comments said this game looks like it came from. Was it 1901? Or I don't remember what the game was, but we played something that said it looked like it came from.
I don't know what it is. There's so many different possibilities. So many different possibilities. Pecunia non ole. That's an ugly game. The poop game.
I know the poop game, but it's not terribly. I mean, they do have different people.
But it's an ugly game.
It's not, yeah.
It is an ugly game. It looks as old as it is.
Right.
But it's still really fun.
Yeah. So we have a few.
Let's see here.
Ostia, that's the one. It was. I'm literally not kidding. It was like 100 shades of like light brown or white.
Vendetta definitely looks fun. I've just become very picky in recent years due to the size of our shelf of shame.
I mean, don't talk to us about that.
We will. Yeah, don't. Yeah, seriously. Maybe it'll come in. We can play it on a Friday night at Steamers before the passes get too bad. What's the oldest game in your collection that you have not played yet?
Oh, that's a good question.
Probably Villainous Vikings, I would imagine. Let me see. Let me look at how old that is. No, that's only 10 years old, actually. That I haven't played yet? Oldest game that I haven't played.
Ooh.
Well, here's the thing. Are you talking about my copy of the game, or are you just talking about the game? Because there's a lot of games that I have in my collection that I have played. I just haven't played my copy of it. like Mythic Battles Pantheon
Right,
back
I see
there.
that.
I've got the all-in Mythic Battles Pantheon, but I've played that game many times with Vernon back on the
Right.
Dice Tower. So I've played that game. I've just not played my copy of the game. Other games that I have not yet played yet, I'm looking at San Francisco over there. I'm looking at Santa Monica over there. I am looking at...
I look at our games and I'm like, oh, I want to play that one. We don't have any time. That's the problem, but I really want to play more.
Asgard is one that we have not yet played. Space Hulk, I have not played that. I haven't even played anybody's version of it, let alone my version. Arceis, I haven't played that yet. Looking at other games here. Most of the stuff back here I have played. There are very few back here that I have not played. San Francisco is one because it just fits in that little part, so that's why it's there. Still haven't played Monstrosities, but that's not old. Yeah, most of the stuff back here I've played. Even the Games Workshop shelf up there, I've played all of those games at least once. Oldest game that I haven't played, I would probably have to go with one of the ones I already talked about, but I can't remember what those were.
Asgard. That one's an older game.
Asgard, yeah, that's what I was saying. I think Asgard is probably the one that is my oldest game that I've never played yet because I just recently purchased it. Yeah, that's a 12-year-old game. So that's probably one that is, if it's not my oldest, it's probably close to it, that I haven't played yet. Let's go back here.
Do we have a Lego Thor something over there? Is there a Lego over there?
Yeah, don't you remember? That was back when I was...
We're gonna...
Mark Street and Ruel Gavriola used to do a thing where they build
Legos.
They build Lego sets on the stream, and I bought that.
Right, to do that with them.
Do that with them, and then that fell through. Never happened. So I'm going to have to do that all by myself.
I'll help you. I'm good at Legos.
You're not.
I am.
You're good at puzzles.
No, I'm not good at puzzles. I enjoy them, though.
Let's see. There are lots of games that look overwhelming, but part of the fun is learning to read the language of the board. Says the engineer that is now retired because you've had all of those jobs that are
big and brainy and
super
smart.
brainy and smart. Yeah, okay. The rest of us just like to play games that are fun, not require brain power.
And I really don't do the rules at all. I can't. I have to have somebody else teach a game. I don't do well.
Maribeth says she's the same way. I get overwhelmed with instructions that take a long time to teach a game.
Yeah.
She also said earlier that sometimes, where is it? She said it. She said that she's the same way. Games can look overwhelming.
Yeah, I can look at a game and go, oh, do. I'm good. I don't want to play that one.
Yep.
And I know that's a lot of my own
there
head.
it is. There, it was right after that. The boards will sometimes intimidate me.
Yeah.
Imhotep has lots of brown cubes, but I bet Jess wouldn't like that one. I don't own that one either. Yes, I'd like Ostia a lot more if they did a deluxe version.
Is that Doug?
Yep.
I mean, it was okay. It's just all the brownie brown, light brown, tan brown. I couldn't process it.
And that is the one that we played out there with Doug and
I remember. I was like, we played out there. And we all commented that it would be fun if it wasn't so ugly.
Yeah. Airlines 1938, I bet. No, I don't
maybe
own that
that's
game.
what it was. It was something at Dice Tower Retreat. You did a video. And one of your friends said it looks like it came from whatever it was. It was the airplane game.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. See, I remember like things.
Older
I don't
games,
remember if it involved me.
older games could fit the ugly category. Yep. Ostia Kickstarter should be arriving by the end of the year.
Ooh, nice.
That's a good one. And that was a fun expansion. I liked everything that it did. It just kind of, it slowed the game down too much for me. I liked the clip of the game without the expansion. I liked a lot of the things that the expansion did. I just didn't like what some of them did. And those things that the expansion did just kind of slowed the game down for me. I didn't like that. Haven't played the game at all. I'm probably talking about Ostia. Have you tried Northgard? And if so, what did you think about it? Northgard? This one right here, Northgard Uncharted Lands, I really enjoyed that game. Now, I will say that the game, you need to play the game with the Creatures expansion because it provides a buffer zone between each of the players that makes it harder for that player elimination thing to happen where they get knocked off the board and then they have to come back somewhere else. If that happens to somebody, they're still in the game, but they don't really have a chance of winning anymore. So it's kind of a bummer that way. So the Creatures expansion provides enough of a buffer to where everybody can kind of build up and get pretty strong before you actually start butting heads with each other. And I think that's an important thing for that game. So I enjoy Northgard, but I think you need to play it after your first few games. You need to play it with the Creatures expansion. Otherwise, you're really just going to start butting heads with each other very early on, and that's not as fun, in my opinion. Stopping to see Pompey's Pillar National Monument. So we'll have to catch the rest of the stream later. See you later, Doug. Take care.
Where is that? I mean,
they're
Pompeii's
going
in
through
Italy.
Montana, I think is what it said.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what he said. He's
Driving through
driving through Montana.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like this shirt.
Change
The
it
neck
over
is
near.
stretched out so much that
Oh,
this
yeah.
starts tickling my chest. I'm like, bleh, nasty. Hate that feeling. Anyone played New York Zoo? Husband got it for me for $10. Wow. I've played it over at JT's house. I don't think you played it. It's fun. I've only played it once, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I do remember enjoying it, but that's about it. Space Hulk might be older. No, I understand Space Hulk might... Space Hulk is 1989. That was the first edition, however. The one that I have is a 2016 4th edition. So that's why I wasn't including Space Hulk as the oldest. I mean, as far as that's concerned, it dates all the way back to 1989. Sure, okay, that's the one if you're going to count it. But the edition that I have, the 4th edition, isn't that old. First edition is definitely older. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. That's about that for... I'm caught up with chat, suckers. Y'all ride me so much about not being caught up with chat. I'm just saying, this
We're
is now
keeping you on
the
task.
second time this hour
That you've caught up
that
on
I've been
chat.
caught up. I just
He's
want
so
to-
proud of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's caught up twice.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard back from Al yet, by the way. Tom texted me saying that you're having buffering issues, and all I will say to that is apostrophe RE, Tom. You apostrophe RE, not YOUR.
Don't correct Tom's grammar.
Correcting your grammar, sir.
You guys are terrible.
Took you long enough. You shut up.
I know, right?
Are you ready to play Space Hulk? Nope. I still haven't done the Tyranids yet. I need to put the Tyranids together. It won't take that long. Would Jessie play it? I will answer that question.
Let me ask this. If I look at the board, am I going to make the face? We're going to know if I'm going to play it or not.
Space Hulk 4th edition.
Okay, maybe.
2.69. It's
That's
in
in
your
my
wheelhouse. I just don't think that it's going to be one that you will enjoy.
Right. I trust him.
No. Now,
he's very good.
Stop. Now, what people are going to say is that I'm gatekeeping. I'm
No,
gatekeeping. That's not what I'm doing.
No.
I just know the kinds of games that she enjoys, which is, by the way, what most people who teach games should be doing. Don't put a game down in front of somebody, especially if it's their first time, that you don't think they're going to enjoy. Because that energy, that vibe is going to come through as you teach, and it's going to set them off. Period. They're going to catch up on that. Now, if there's a theme that they like, and you know they like it, like if there's a Star Wars fan, and you've got this really cool, easy-ish, or not, maybe not even easy-ish, Star Wars game that you think they're really going to enjoy, that should hit the table first. Because you're playing on those things that you know they already enjoy. Now, it could be that they will not enjoy the game, but it won't be because of the theme. So maybe they say, nah, that was a little bit too much. Okay, how about this one? And you back off of that complexity a little bit. But don't underestimate people's intelligence.
No, that's not what he was doing. He knows what kind of games I like, though. He knows that
generally,
even there are games that are in my wheelhouse that halfway through I'm like, when does this game end?
Okay.
Right.
Knock that one off the
list. And he's
list.
like, maybe Jessie doesn't like this game. You know, so he knows me very well.
If it's late at night,
don't even try to play.
Well, here's the thing. We've done this
Quirkle.
where I think,
I can't even process.
Like, for example, Nova Roma, it's high on that 2 point whatever, but it's still under a 3.
I don't know.
But
that game was.
But we were playing it at 10 o'clock at night.
I know, and I cannot.
That is her bedtime.
I
so again, there's so many different
factors. I can't
factors.
tell you how many times I asked, when does this end?
Yeah.
When does this end?
Yeah. When I started to have
How
to
do we have to end the game? What do we need to do to make this end? And there was a time during that game that I literally just went, I can't. Play my roles for me. Do the things for me. Move the people for me. I'm just going to sit here.
Typing too fast to help. There is no connection issue here. Well, technically they are your buffering issues. Yes, that's true.
See?
Another Space Hulk assembling live stream. Maybe. I might do that for, because that's what I did for the Fireside Chat. The Fireside Chat, I talked with them and I put together the Space Marines while I was talking to them. So I might do that for the other ones. I just got Monumental with the expansion after 4 years. Have you tried it? I have a feeling maybe it's a bit too close gameplay-wise to Northgard. What do you think? I've never tried Monumental. I've never played it, so I don't know how they would compare. David Brownlee asks, what are your favorite mechanisms, Jess?
You guys always ask me these technical questions, and I don't know. I just know that when I enjoy a game, I like it.
What are some games that you've done?
Tile placement.
Okay.
I like worker placement. I like city building, but that's not like a mechanism.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I like city building.
Usually a lot of tile placement games are city building games.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But a tile placement game doesn't have to be a city building game.
Right.
So there are two different mechanisms there, yeah.
I like, what are some of the other things I like, baby? I like worker placement games. I like
those are probably your biggest ones that you like the most. Set collection seems to be a little bit
hit and miss.
Hit or miss with you, depending on how complex the game is.
Right.
But you do really enjoy spatial stuff.
Yeah, spatially things.
If it can be kind of puzzly, as far as like literal.
Yeah.
Putting
even
pieces in and trying to figure out that kind of puzzle.
The blueprints one too. That was kind of puzzly, like that.
Castles of Mad King Ludwig, or
Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig.
It's again, Blueprints is the flip and right version of Castles.
Oh right, yeah, both of those.
Both of those are good.
What else do I like as far as mechanisms? I'll play.
David says you need to do the fireside chats in the evening and the game playthroughs in the morning when Jess is awake and high on vinegar.
I mean, I'm just saying. Let's go.
Well,
I do talk really fast in the morning.
She works Monday through Thursday, so
Yeah.
Fridays is the only day we could get
But we could do it earlier in the morning.
hopped up on vinegar, Jess.
I do talk faster in the morning than I do at night. By night, I am
Kabuki
like
Kid is here. What's up?
struggling to make sentences.
See you, KK. So don't start a newbie game player with Rebellion. That is correct. Don't start them off with Rebellion. That is correct. Maribeth says, I wouldn't say you're gatekeeping. It means that you know her likes and dislikes.
He does.
That's true.
So good.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. A lot of people will take that and say that I'm gatekeeping. I understand that you would, and I appreciate that, Maribeth, but they will say that I'm gatekeeping because you don't know if she's going to like that or not based on her past things. I'm like,
But I kind of do.
yeah, you kind of do. That's called experience, and that's called learning from
It's called
experience.
husband and wife. You kind of know.
I mean, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck
Definitely.
and it's got feathers like a duck, then
Definitely
it's
a
a
horse.
duck.
Yes.
Unless Chuck Norris says it's a chicken, and then it's a chicken.
Yep.
Let's see. Kabuki Kid is here. What's up? What's up? Good. I'm just trying to go back through all of this stuff, make sure I didn't miss anything. I have been thinking about doing fireside chats later in the evening, but our evenings are like all of our evenings are fairly.
Mondays aren't bad.
Mondays aren't bad, correct, but there's still like things that
You
we
sure you don't want to
have
get up
do.
and do one at like
Don't even finish.
5:30 in the
sentence.
morning? You and I.
No.
5:30 in the morning.
No.
And I go to work. Just do a 45-minute. I'll
Nope.
go to work at 6:15.
Nope. Not gonna happen.
I think that should happen.
It will not happen.
Because I talk even faster in the morning.
Hard pass.
The earlier it is in the day, the faster I speak.
Al Hernandez is here. How was the band yesterday? The band actually did a good job.
I thought they sounded good. Both kids said that they didn't do very well. But I thought they sounded
Well,
pretty
here's the
good.
thing. I don't think that they were only out there for
2 minutes, 27
minutes.
seconds. Yeah, like not
like
even.
literally. I was like, why was that even a thing? Because they had the mini cheer camp doing their
And
little
they were out there
routine.
longer.
Then they had the Applettes out there, and I
And
was
they
like,
were out there longer.
that's a waste of time as well. I would have much rather watched the marching band with
2
color
minutes
guard.
and 10 seconds.
I would have much rather watched the color band and
Right, right.
the marching band and the color guard over the other two things.
Yeah.
Is the mini cheer camp cute? And
Super cute.
sure,
Super
I get
cute.
that. Don't get me wrong. Applettes, you said it last night, they were off their game.
They were not. Usually our Applettes, which is our dance team, is really good and fun to watch. Last night's show,
Everybody looked like they were in pajamas.
and they didn't even make effort to match. The code they did was white shirts and black pants of any kind.
Yeah.
So they just looked like a mishmash out there.
Yep. It didn't look good.
And the form was off. They just didn't look. I've seen them look really good.
Yeah. Much
And
better.
they've won they've won nationals and stuff. They do good. This year's team, I'm just not really sure about.
Well, based on
But
last
because
night's
of that,
performance.
because of that, there was the mini cheer camp and the dance team. The band only had time to do one of the 4 sections that they usually do. And it was a very short show, and it just didn't show their best, maybe.
Yep. That's probably true. Let's see here.
Because the cool thing about their band director...
Tom says, I won't be up by then to moderate. Tom, you're 3 hours ahead of us, dude.
It'll be 8:30 for you.
It'll be 8:30,
Come
man. You
on.
can do that. I'm not going to do this, Tom. You have nothing to worry about. If there are a dozen ways to quack and you can't do them all, it might be a Lacerda duck. That's very true. Okay, Jessie, I'm normally on your side,
What did I
but
do?
I'm with Sam on the 5:30 a.m. thing.
Who says this?
Maribeth.
I think you guys would love me at 5:30 in the morning. I speak so fast, and I'm so excited. Let's go.
I think we would lose subscribers.
Thanks, that was hurtful. Jeez.
That's funny.
Telling you, morning time.
Trying to help you, Sam. Yes, I appreciate you, buddy.
I would not make him do something at 5:30. But I was saying we could.
No, we couldn't. Kabuki says, I'm not a morning person either. Never was. There are very few people in the world, I think, that are truly morning people. You're looking at one of them.
I slept in this morning until 7.
You're looking at one of them. She is a tried and true morning person. When she gets up, she is ready to go.
Okay, it takes me all of maybe 30 seconds for my alarm to get off for me to
30
get
nanoseconds.
and to get vertical and moving. My alarm goes off. I tell the lady, oh, she's not in this room, so I don't have to say it, but I tell Alexa to stop. I pop out of bed, and I'm in the shower within about 30 seconds. Really, literally.
I can attest.
I've never hit snooze in my life. Never.
I would...
I haven't.
I
have.
See, here's my thing. You use a 100% statement, and then you said in your life,
Yes.
if you only hit snooze once.
I've
That would
never
make
hit
that
snooze.
an
I never do snooze.
I have a hard time believing that.
You have seen
because
me
I
wake up every time.
Okay, she may not have hit a snooze button, but she has told Alexa to shut up and stayed in bed. That's hitting a snooze button.
Okay. Not really.
Yes, it is! It absolutely is. It's the same thing. It's not going, it's not doing that, but you are telling Alexa, shut up, and she's telling you to get out of bed.
No, but that's usually when I don't have to get up.
But it's still hitting a snooze button.
No, I disagree. Get up. See, this is my problem with the kids too. When you get up, you get up. I don't come back in 5 minutes because that just frustrates me. I'm like, why am I coming back in to wake you up? I had to do that with Daphne twice today. I was like, time to get up.
That.
And then I came back in 5 minutes later and I was like, you
that's
gotta
not
get
the
up.
same as hitting a snooze button. If you
makes
set
me
an
frustrated.
alarm, if an alarm is set and it goes off and you shut it off
That would be because I set
and
the
then
alarm
not
as a
get out of
mistake.
bed.
If the alarm is set for me to get up,
Okay.
if the alarm is set for
The
me to get up,
caveat,
I get
and
up.
This is what I'm getting at. You use a 100% statement
Yes.
for the entirety of your life, but you
I'm
have
never-
broken that. You have broken that statement.
No, okay.
Since I've been your husband, that
Listen,
you have hit the snooze
if the
button.
alarm is telling me to get up, I get up. If the alarm went off accidentally,
No. There's no accidentally.
no, if I set the alarm wrong or it goes off on a
No,
Saturday when it's not supposed to,
Goose fraba. Listen, you made a 100% statement.
I know, he
Most 100% statements are false.
Okay, you're correct
I'm
on
trying to say that there is a caveat
Yes.
that you should have put
Sure.
in there.
that. Let me clarify.
Let me finish my sentence. If an alarm goes off and you do not have to get up, you have not gotten up before.
Yes.
But that is still hitting a snooze button.
Okay, sure. Let me clarify so that Sam hears the right words.
No!
If I
so that
have
you're
set an alarm,
communicating properly.
if I have set an alarm to wake up at a certain time,
Oh my
I
gosh.
get up at that time. What did you do?
Stupid. I don't like having this thing right here.
What happened? Oh, you blanked us out?
Yes.
For how
because
long? Oh.
if I don't know.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Sam at the snooze button. Black screen here.
Yeah, he just snoozes us. If I have set an alarm with the intent of waking up at this time, I will get up. I do not dilly-dally in bed.
Yes. That I absolutely agree with.
So,
if she has to get up,
at a certain
she's
time,
up.
I'm up.
But if she doesn't have to get up and the alarm goes off,
I will
she
say,
will hit
why
snooze.
are you talking to me, lady?
Yes.
Yes.
So, you do hit snooze. You have hit snooze. But when it's time for you to get up, you get up.
If my alarm goes off because I forgot to turn it off on a Saturday and it went off at 5 in the morning, I will say, no, stop. I don't need to wake up now. If I have to wake up, I just pop out of bed when the alarm goes off.
Why am I getting too animated? Oh, maybe because I hit that.
What? I don't know what we did. I'm sorry.
No, I did it. It's this little button, the FTB, Fade to Black. That's what this little button does. And Black Magic Design on their 810 Mini put that little sucker on the outside corner. So that anything that brushes by there, and yes, maybe I am getting too animated, but if anything brushes that thing, it sends us to black.
Okay, so well, we're back.
That's not anything. Sam always casually makes the thumbs gesture trigger. I know, I do. It's just
I talk with my hands all the time, but nothing triggers for me. So
again with Sam about the snooze button and telling Alexa to stop. I don't understand what that is. I'm not late night, late morning person. It takes me a while to get moving in the morning. Thankfully, Tom's the same. Jessie's 5:30 solo game reviews would be the best.
I think so,
Probably under 10 minutes, too. It will not be under 10 minutes.
They'd be super fast.
They would not. She would be playing with Tom Vassell at conventions at 6 a.m. She probably could.
Actually, I would.
Have y'all said which instruments the kids play? Dante plays the entire horn section. And
Daphne's in color guard. So
Daphne's in color guard. She has played the piano in the past. Aiden plays the cello, but not currently because he's focusing on football.
Dante plays the trumpet.
Too many instruments.
But he's not currently playing the trumpet, but he plays the trumpet. He plays the French horn. He plays the mellophone, and he plays the trombone.
What I said, too many.
The entire horn section. And each one has a purpose. Right now, he's not playing the trumpet currently, but that's the one he has studied the most on. He plays French horn for marching band. No, he plays mellophone for marching band. He plays French horn for wind ensemble. He plays trombone for jazz band.
Usually we have a one thing only rule for everybody, but he gets to break that rule somehow.
I am going to argue this point right here publicly. He has one thing. It is band. It's still the same amount of time.
In 4 parts.
I don't care how many instruments he plays. It is one activity.
It always reminds me of that scene.
No. It doesn't take any different time.
I have one question for you. In 385 parts.
I am not breaking our rule. You have to choose one activity. His activity is band. I don't care how many instruments he plays during his one activity. He has band, 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 and band. That's his thing.
Hard to play the cello in marching band.
It would be hard to play the cello in marching band.
I would have respect for that cello player, though.
Aiden would not tiptoe cello walk. He would.
Well, I don't think you can tiptoe walk with a cello. It's like carrying a bazooka and playing it at the same time. One thing only rule. Have you seen the shelf behind you? I've played all of these.
It is one thing. That is games. See, so I would like to say this is the same thing. Yeah. So it's games, one thing.
It's my
football, one thing.
My job.
It is your job.
Yeah, and I'm the one that takes care of it. I don't have to have somebody run me around all the time.
It's less than football practice. If we count the hours out of school, It's about the same amount of time as football practice.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
So 2 hours a day times 5 is 10 hours.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to count all the Saturday trips?
They're on a bus.
I understand, but it's still stuff.
No, we're not driving them around. I'm not arguing this. I'm right. He's wrong. I do have a one thing rule, and he chose band.
I got the call. I got the call when I was at a convention that he was going to add yet another instrument to his repertoire, which I get it. It's fine, but we are constantly trying to not let the kids' schedules rule our family time, because that makes for an unhealthy family situation.
I understand. He does the same practice with Daphne on the same nights at the same time, and she drives him.
I get that. We're going to move on because she's getting bent out of shape, and that's not what I meant. I was making a joke. One activity. I was making a joke. He just
chooses 4 instruments for his one activity,
which adds a lot to our family schedule. Anyway, what's Jessie's one thing?
Probably annoying Sam.
Not the case.
Preschool books, preschool games, probably just my work. I like being with the kids. What is my one thing? I used to quilt. I haven't quilted in years.
No.
What is my one thing? I read, but not often anymore. My one thing is being everybody's support. That's my one thing.
I think as far as hobbies are concerned, I think the one thing that you probably consistently do is read. Your reading is your one consistent.
It is. And I go through phases. I'll read for like a couple of months, and then I won't read for 4 months, and then I'll read constant for a couple of months, and then I won't read for another couple of months.
The only thing that she's ever really done with quilting since I've been with her is the Joan of Arc
And
quilt.
I haven't even finished it.
And that's not finished. But it was going to be a really cool thing. It's the backdrop that Mythic Games had for conventions for Joan of Arc.
I just need to.
And since they lost the rights to Joan of Arc, they weren't going to use that backdrop
right, so we
anymore.
got that,
so
and it was really cool.
They let me keep it.
It's like the size of our whole living room. Like you could go from couch to couch on that thing, and everybody would be covered.
Huge blanket.
Yeah, or wall
quilt.
covering maybe.
No.
I don't really know that I have a one thing. It's definitely not music.
Does he also play in stage band?
I don't know that I have the words stage band. He plays in wind ensemble, and that's on stage.
And symphonic band.
And then last year he played for the musical, but that was still with his regular band. He plays symphonic band too.
Sam's wrong. I've heard this before.
I'm
okay with being wrong.
He can be wrong sometimes.
Doesn't mean that I'm not right, but if you want to say I'm wrong, I'm fine. Reading is fundamental. It is fundamental.
Actually, I pulled out some things that I wanted to read. I was hoping to start again this weekend. I was going to read the original Founding Fathers documents. I was going to read the Thomas Jefferson Papers and the Constitution and the Ben Franklin Papers. So I have those books. That's what I was going to focus on this month.
Those are cool. Our pastor is doing a Jesus in Politics sermon series right now.
Yeah.
And it's open-ended.
Yeah.
Doesn't know when he's going to stop.
End this. You want to read them with me? We can read them together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, last couple of weeks have been like foundational, fundamental type sermons on why are we even talking about it and why, what should be kind of the foundational principles that the whole discussion needs to be built upon, that kind of a thing. So it's been pretty cool so far. I'm going to get to hear this week's sermon 3 times tomorrow because I'm working tech crew.
And I will too.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
going.
I don't know if you're going to be able to, remember, because, maybe. We'll see.
Right, we'll figure it out.
We'll see. Does Jess know anyone who sews with sheet materials? I've got so many top sheets that are brand new. Seems like a waste of fabric.
That was the only thing I used for my quilt backs was top sheets. I also only use the bottom sheets, so I had a whole bunch of new top sheets, so I used that frequently. Or I would go to Goodwill and get king-size top sheets and use them as the backing of my quilts. So there are people that do, but I do know people that cut them into strips and do quilts out of them. I used to, they were always the backs of my quilts.
Top sheets. What are top sheets?
Bottom sheets are the fitted sheet. Top sheets are the flat sheets.
Oh, that go underneath the blanket.
Yes.
Got it. Federalist papers? Question mark?
All the, I don't even remember what I have. I have all of them over there, and I want to read them.
Is that stuff that we bought when we were in Virginia?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I bought that little set.
Yeah, when we went to Monticello.
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah. We went, when I was with Monster Fight Club, we went to meet everybody in the office for a couple of days and just kind of get the, it's kind of like a fast and dirty,
it was an on-site, in-person. Like, yeah, like, hey, you're with us. Here's some of our things we do. Here,
Yeah.
meet the team in person.
And so one of the days that we were down, I think we were down there for 3 days altogether, maybe 4.
Well, I think we went separately up to, yeah, but yeah.
Well, we went to go see David and Bruna for a few days, and then after that we spent a few days in Virginia. And while we were there, while I was there for orientation, one of the days when I was working, they went over to University of Virginia and did some walking around
cool.
over there.
Like
Her and Aiden did, and then we took another day and went to Monticello. And then that's where she bought all of those other things. Jessie, do you like to read game rules?
Nope. That's not a book.
No,
my genre is historical fiction. Sometimes sci-fi, depending on fantasy, sci-fi fantasy. But rule books are neither historical fiction nor fantasy, so I don't really read them.
I don't even like to read rule books, honestly. It really depends on the rule book itself. Some rule books are fun to read because they make it fun. It's
Right.
like
I could probably read Solomon Kane because it's like following a story. But it's not a rule book.
not the rule book.
Oh gosh, no, not the rule book, but
Yeah.
you're following the story to play the game.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I don't even like reading rule books.
All right, we're going to get out the Founding Fathers documents today. That's what we're going to do.
Speaking of colleges, how is Daphne's college search going?
We are going, we have fall preview day set up with 2 schools in Washington State in the next 3-4 weeks. Eastern Washington University, which was my alma mater, and Washington State University. And then she's meeting with Central Washington University, and she got pre-accepted to University of Arizona or Arizona State University or something. And we wanted to look more into that. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. Arizona State University actually sent her an approval.
Right.
Like, we accept you because
they share, there's a thing called School Link, so they can share your active grades and transcripts with colleges that are looking. Mm-hmm. And colleges can then go, you match exactly what we want, or cool, nice, here's an application in case you want to fill it out.
Yeah.
Well, they sent Daphne and they go, hey, you're already pre-approved.
Yeah.
So we're doing that, and then I think this afternoon, if we have time, we're going to work on some financial aid stuff. So that's where we're at.
David says you can read the rules to Halls of Montezuma when it finally ships. That's another one from Fort Circle Games.
Oh, nice.
Have you tried narrative-driven games?
Is that like Solomon Kane. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, that's like a real beefy example of a narrative-driven
We have
game.
that one. We played that one. Is that like it?
House of Danger?
Yes.
I don't think that I've played that with you
I
yet.
thought we did.
I don't think so. But that's a choose your own adventure book game.
Yeah, I
but
know that.
I mean, that is narratively driven. Yeah, you have
Okay.
to. There's a story, and you have to play within that story, and then you have to make decisions. At
We
certain
played
points.
the Princess Bride one. That was narrative driven.
Yes, that's also fun. She enjoyed it.
I did.
But I think she enjoyed it because she's a Princess Bride fan.
Right,
Not
well-
necessarily because she enjoyed the...
Yeah, the game mechanics weren't amazing.
Right.
It was- what's the other story one? No, I thought there was another one that had.
Well, My City. My City is a little bit of a narrative... not really. It's more of a... It's just a legacy game. A lot of legacy games are narrative driven. Because a lot
I'm
of the
sure I would
changes that
probably
happen-
like that. I like stories.
She probably would, yeah. That's something that she would probably enjoy.
Sure.
But I'm trying to think of more that you may have played. I don't think so. Arizona is good, but go be a cougar.
I know. At WSU, we'll see. We're touring those two in the next couple of weeks. Both of those have what they call Fall Preview Day, in which it's a big push, and they have on-site admissions, so you can get admitted right then on the spot. What's up?
I am going to look at something.
Okay.
I'm going to put this here because David just said that it would be a good thing. Amazon.
You're doing shopping?
Hotspot fire pit. Yeah, because this is something that I want to do too. I mean, our backyard really isn't super good.
We spent a lot of money extending our backyard and putting up a beautiful fence.
Oh, that's too small, dude. What's wrong with you guys?
And we have what are called goat heads here, which is a terrible, terrible, overpowering weed
It's a sticker.
with pokey death stickers that are
Yep.
so terrible. And for some reason on our back fence and the way that wind blows in the valley, we get a ton of them in that backyard. And they'll go through your shoes. They get into the dog's feet. Like, they're bad. So we don't use our backyard as much as we should. But my grill is back there, and we should get back to using it.
Hotspot fire pit. Hot shot. Oh, hot shot fire pit. Oh, maybe I should type it in correctly. Type it in correctly, rather.
Yeah. They're the portable ones.
Yeah.
So
I'm
they're
not-
nice.
Not so.
I want
something a little bit more significant than that.
I want something we can sit around. The problem is we just got out of fire season, so we weren't able to use a fire pit over the whole summer.
Ooh, I like that one.
There's some with like American flags in them.
No, I like that one because it's at the star. I like the.
Nice.
Lone
Well, we'll
Star
look at that.
State.
Focus.
I am.
Come
focused.
back.
This is part of the chat. There's only 2 more things.
You're caught up again?
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, I'm caught up again.
All right.
So the Hot Shot Fire Pit, we'll look at it. They're on Amazon, Home Depot, Kohl's, etc. Functional if you're looking for a fire pit for fall. Yeah. The thing is, I guess they'll have different sizes, but the ones I'm seeing here, they're like, but they're expensive. Golly, why is it so
I was bummed.
Bonfire
that-
2.0, 19.5 inches. It's barely larger than a ruler.
Right.
And it's $250. No. What are you?
I want big old.
Here,
I want a 36
A
inch.
smokeless stainless
Yeah, that's what they
fire
are. They're
pit.
smokeless.
And it's $45, and it's 15 inches. So this one's 4 inches larger, 2 inches on each side, and it's $200 more? Why? I don't understand.
I don't know. I want like a 36 or a 48.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yes.
That's what we want.
let's see. If of the two of you, who would make a better DM or GM?
I don't know. I've
Well,
never tried.
because I've been in D&D sessions
he
more,
would.
probably me.
He
But
would.
that doesn't mean that she wouldn't be able to weave a story. They have different sizes, but they are portable, not furniture. Yeah.
I think the thing is you can use those during a burn ban. The smokeless.
Because they're propane.
Because they're propane.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if we go camping during the summer, which we do, and we have no...
We city folk don't have your acreage, so we need smaller. Yeah, well, we don't have much acreage
but
either, but I
we
mean,
do live
I think
country
we're on
style.
We're on what, a quarter acre?
Third?
A third? Yeah. Sam, make one. You overestimate my abilities. Because yeah, how about build your own fire ring? I know that you can. I just don't know that I can. I am not good at building things, real things. I can build a Lego set with the best of them, but if I don't have instructions to follow, good luck. And I'm just not that great at that. So
You would have laughed at our building bridges project.
I'm sure that would have been interesting.
Oh, it was great.
3-year-olds learning how to build a bridge with magnets. Yeah.
And there were no, like, they could just build a bridge. It had to be across a little paper sheet of river. Any way they want.
JT could help, and that would probably be the one thing that makes it actually
Yeah, he
work.
would actually.
Because, but yeah, that is something that we could possibly do. But we do need to do something with our backyard, and we definitely need to. And we're probably going to do that soon.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
other things have priority.
We have a lot of things.
Other things have priority. We've got a couple of family vacations coming up, and then we also have, cars that have to be freaking maintained. We've had to dump what will eventually be $1,500 into the Jeep.
Recently.
That sucked. But such is life.
Yeah, I used to have a ring of concrete blocks in my backyard.
Yeah.
When I moved in. And
yes. But it wasn't well built.
No. And
it was not properly
the concrete would get so hot it would crack, and there was it wasn't well built, and it didn't really.
You can build a ring of concrete landscape blocks. Instructions: make a circle. I know, but dude, come on. It's much more difficult than that. You have to level the ground. You have to recess it a little bit. You have to make sure that there's a ventilation point for smoke and for air to get in, so that, I mean, there's a lot of other things that go into, it's not just putting stuff in a circle. There's other things that you have to do to make sure it's a good fire pit, not just, oh look, we can build a fire here. And that's what I would want to do. There's more than just making a circle. I know you're jesting, but Garen laughs at David. Those instructions seems too complicated, David. Tom says. Have you guys ever checked out The Warning? All sister trio rock band from Mexico. They
somebody told us about that before. Was that?
So young. The bass player is only 19, and they just put out their 4th album.
Jeez,
wow. They dropped a new Love performance video today. So they are on my mind. My bad. Forgot to tell you to level the ground. That's funny. But yeah, somebody has said something about The Warning earlier.
Yeah, so I'm writing it down so I won't
live
forget.
performance, not love performance. Sorry.
We gotta get going.
Yep, I know. All right, so last 10 minutes, let's do a lightning round.
I'm in.
2 things, and we will
I think I feel like I'm...
answer one. Huh? What?
This shirt makes me look like I'm a truck.
Hey, no, it doesn't.
It does. Look, I can see it's like a box.
It doesn't. You don't look like a truck at all. Actually, not joking. We had a circle of landscape blocks at the old house. Worked fine. I
Yeah,
understand.
I did hear too, but I need to redo that. Maybe.
What new games are you thinking about these days? I want to get Sand to the table. I want to get Three Ring Circus to the table. Those are ones that are actually looking at. I was going to play Hamlet for my solo game, but the solo rules look daunting at best. So I think I might need to play it again multiplayer before I can even try solo rules, which already puts me on the path of I don't think I'm going to enjoy solo. Because if I have to be that familiar with the game in order to just play the solo experience, nope. I want to be able to like learn how to play the game with the solo mode. And now I already know how to play Hamlet, but I've only played it once with JT, and it wasn't on camera. But so I should be able to. But looking at I should be able to play the solo experience, and I think I probably will. But looking at the solo rules, there's like 4 or 5 pages, and it's a big book. I'm like, this is not what I like as far as solo is concerned. So I'm going to have to try it another way. So those are the ones that I'm looking forward to. I'm really kind of hot on Star Wars Clone Wars right now. I'm hoping to maybe get that played today, but that may or may not happen. Asgard and Pueblo are a couple of new recent purchases that I'm looking forward to. I do want to get Space Hulk to the table. Vrahud is a
Where is that?
a prototype that I've been sent for a Kickstarter project. I'm looking forward to getting that one to the table. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm looking at. Marmot or Lemming?
Wait, you missed Mac or Peterbilt.
Okay, Mac or Peterbilt?
Oh, it's got to be Peterbilt, just from Lightning McQueen.
I'm a Mac, not a Peterbilt.
I ain't no Mac, I'm a Peterbilt.
I ain't no Mac, I'm a Peterbilt.
Just from that line, right there. But growing up in Ellensburg, all the trucks were Macs.
Wood
None
or
of them were
propane
Peterbilt.
fire? Wood.
Wood.
We use propane for the Blackstone because I think cooking makes
So easy.
makes it a lot easier. But as far as a fire pit is concerned, definitely I prefer wood because it just has that.
It involves more of
Smell.
your senses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Vegemite or Marmite?
Neither.
Yeah, neither one. Absolutely not. I've never had either, and I never want to have either. Just, it doesn't look appetizing. It doesn't sound appetizing. Just no.
I don't know that I have either, but I think I would say no.
Marmot or Lemming?
Washington has marmots, so I'm going to go with marmot.
Marmot. Groundhogs. That's my third option.
Lemming and that whole, follow the whole tribe thing is weird. Like the whole over the cliff thing and the...
Yeah. Eat the tomatoes, lazy option, or break out the KitchenAid and make a fresh pasta sauce.
I think you overestimate us too. I would open a can. Sorry.
Yep, that's pretty much
Now,
it.
I will eat fresh tomatoes if it's like on them, there's a word, caprese salad, with the fresh tomatoes and the basil and the mozzarella. That's really the only way, or on a hamburger maybe. But I would just say open a can of pasta sauce.
I don't.
And Sam doesn't really do tomatoes.
I don't
lately,
do tomatoes very well anymore. I found that I get like some type of reaction.
He has a reaction.
in my throat whenever, and it's not huge. It's not like I can't breathe or anything like that. I just get like blisters.
Yeah, but it gets
on the
worse
inside
every
of my mouth.
time.
Yeah,
so.
it does. So I'm trying to stay away from tomatoes. A game with Detroit art or a Viking theme. Pretend you can't mix the two. You're not the boss of me. I want a Viking game with Vincent Detroit's artwork. Period. Hard stop.
but-
End of discussion. Nope. Nope. You're not the boss of me, KK. Viking game
I
with
would go
Vincent
with the
Detroit. Hamburgers or steak?
Both. But steak.
Steak is so much
Our
better
grill has such good burgers, though.
because with burgers you have all those
Steak.
carbs.
I haven't had steak in a while. I love steak.
Steak is very good. A well cooked steak,
I
which
make
is
them pretty
something
good.
she does
yeah,
very
I do
well.
that well.
Going to a picnic or hosting a picnic.
Hosting.
Yeah, she loves hosting stuff. I'm a fan of just going to.
You're showing up.
Bringing my stuff, whatever
Showing
they ask
up
me
and
to
just
bring,
being
show
done.
up, and then
Oh, I will
have
host it.
fun with
Host it.
cleanup.
Host it.
Have fun with cleanup afterwards, y'all.
I love it. I would host. Absolutely.
That limbing over the cliff thing is a myth anyway.
I know.
Perpetuated by a Disney documentary
I know.
covering them where they forced them off a cliff. Wow.
Disney is kind of.
They're not cool. Sorry, the correct answer was fresh pasta sauce.
I mean, I'm agreeing with you. I just don't make fresh pasta sauce. Now, if you're asking me, which would you prefer, Jessie? Me to make you a pasta sauce or you to open a can of pasta sauce? I would say go ahead and make me a pasta sauce.
That's true.
But I'm not making it.
Italian food or Mexican?
Mexican.
Mexican. Bar none. I think the only national cuisine that comes even close to Mexican for me is Korean food. Mm-hmm. But I grew up in Texas. I grew up in Texas. Mexican food, Tex-Mex, it's very much a part of who I am. So I love it all. One of the things that I like about Mexican food so much is that they can get spicy, but they don't sacrifice flavor for spice.
I've been on a quesadilla kick lately.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's good stuff.
That's where I'm at.
Love letter with Dutrade art. Keep or cull? I would keep it, but I probably wouldn't play it very much. But I might pull it out and look at it every once in a while. Because I really don't like Love Letter as a game. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's not like I hate it. It's just that I don't prefer to play it. David Brownlee says, Kabuki get both!
Yes.
Yes, both. I'm the opposite. Don't like almost any Mexican food.
Yeah. I've been really into a quesadilla kick lately, and I'm loving that.
They have
In fact,
support-
like right now, I'm like, can we go before we go to the Wenatchee game?
They have support groups for that KK.
Get you back into Mexican food.
Somebody told me that there are support groups for being a Chicago Bears fan yesterday.
That was very
And I
funny.
s- and I
He was
s-
wearing his hat.
And I said, I've already been kicked out of 3 of them. Bears fan. That's just the way it is. All right. It's 11:01. We've been here for 2 hours. Thanks for being here. Wow. Look at this.
What does that mean?
Womp.
That's when we dropped the service.
Just dropped off and then it came
came
back.
back up.
That's
That's
weird.
crazy.
I'm looking at the analytics for the video here, and the viewership literally just dropped to 0 at
Well,
about...
It was right when we cut, when we lost, when we were cutting out.
Yeah, maybe.
So as we were cutting out, it wasn't the viewership dropped. It's just that they couldn't see the viewership because we were cutting out. So during that time.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Yep.
I'll let him
we're
look at
outta
this.
here.
We got to go.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. We'll have a good weekend. We'll see you
great
guys
weekend.
on Monday on the flip side. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao. Kabuki says ciao. Ciao, Bella. Che bella. Ciao.
No, not that.
Ciao, Bella.